Black Box Radio. We're in the RONAreport. We have Sligh. Laura, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. A little scared, a little apprehensive, but we're here. How you feeling?
I'm pretty good.
How's your mind space?
My mind space is very good because I could be a recluse very easily. So I'm good. I'm not stir crazy. I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay.
Yeah. Now maybe in a couple more weeks, I might be a little, maybe wanting a little human contact, but I'm pretty good for right now.
So when did you actually self-quarantine? Like how long have you actually been in the house?
Probably, other than going to like the grocery store, probably since around the 21st, maybe 23rd, 24th-ish, I want to say. Because we had to move out of Micah on the 21st, and I think I went back to school to run off some stuff on the 27th. So I saw somebody on the 27th, but I hadn't seen anyone since the 21st before that.
Mm-hmm. So you've been in for a while.
Yeah, well, I was a little upset because I'm a graduate student in Micah, so all of this, kind of put the kibosh on everything that we were doing. So I was a little down with that, but I'm in a better headspace now. It is what it is. And I'm not the only person in this space. So, you have to do what you can when you can.
So tell us a little about that. So you said you're a student at Micah. What happened with that?
Well, I'm a graduate student in Micah, and my degree is in community arts. I also teach in Baltimore City school system. So my life is very full and hectic, to say the least. But anyway, my concentration has always been visual arts, but I'm also a performance person. I teach theater in Baltimore City School through the Single Carrot. I'm their artist in residence there. And I say all that to say that I had created a play, which was going to go up as part of my thesis on last weekend, March the 28th and 29th. And then we got the first email that Micah was closing on the 27th. So then I was like, well, I'm that weekend, the 28th and 29th. Can I have those 2 extra days? They're like, no. Then I'm like, okay, well, how about we do what one of my first year cohorts was like, why don't you live stream? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's an idea. But then I got this information from Micah that we could only have 25 people. Well, my cast is 20 people. And by the time I had a stage manager and director and assistant director and the theater techs, I'm like, we're over that right there. So every time I kind of readjusted, I got knocked back down. Then I was like, you know what? We'll just record it with costumes because we were pretty much there, and we'll do it earlier. And then Micah shut down again. So every time I went to plan A, B, C, and D, I constantly got shut down. Then it was like, okay, I'm done. I give up. I got it. We're not going to do this right now.
That must be very disappointing.
Yeah. And it's a lot of people to get together at the same time. Sure. So, that's a feat in and of itself, because the rehearsal process was like, okay, I got a show that opens, so I won't be here for these 2 weeks, or I have a film festival that I have to go to, so I'll be out this week. And it's a lot, with a large cast. Wow.
So does school still go on? So are you doing online? How does that work?
Micah started this week. Baltimore City starts officially on Monday with online learning. So we're into the fourth quarter. So everybody's trying to figure out what that looks like. So I've been in a lot of staff meetings for that yesterday and today. So it's figuring out what that looks like, and what that looks like for me as a theater person, and where some of my things can fit in as well. So we're trying to still figure that out, because, yeah.
So they're trying to do theater over online?
Well, that part, because I am technically a private contractor, so I'm coming in through Single Carrot. So I don't have access to some of the same things that Baltimore City teachers have. So my stuff will probably end up being on their Facebook page or Instagram page. So something that will probably end up being recorded. And then also, we're also talking about just taking this time to do a lot of curriculum writing and lesson plans and things of that nature with the Wit and Wisdom book, which is what Baltimore City uses for their different grades. So putting an arts integration element in writing that will go along with each of those chapters so the teachers can actually have something tangible that they can read and look at and also implement with their lessons.
So you're kind of developing like an online curriculum.
Yeah, I think it's going to end up being a lot of reading and writing for me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're quite busy.
Yeah, I'm almost busier now than if nothing had happened. Yeah, I've done more Zoom meetings and Google meetings a lot. I almost feel like I'm more busy now than before.
It amazes me how we can recreate work our whole lives into this digital technological movement, but we couldn't do that in regular time. Now we can be at home, we can breathe easier, and we're working. So I'm wondering, is this something that will stick?
It's I don't particularly care for it. I mean, I'm cool with it for right now. I feel to a certain extent you have to be much more disciplined to stay at home and work. And then we're human beings. We need some type of physical attachment. And for some people this is very trying, emotionally for them. So
I know with visual artists it's a little bit tricky, but it is doable to kind of show what it is that you're doing and get people to engage. But as a performance artist, it's extra hard for that to translate kind of virtually. And also I know that even though working back with the schools and doing that thing is one part, but you also are graduating.
Correct.
So how has this impacted like commencement?
It kind of sucks. We just got an email today, as a matter of fact, and I've glossed over it. I need to go back and read it. So what it sounds like they're going to do is they're going to have the graduation. They're going to have a double graduation next year. So we would physically graduate with the 2001 class. If you want to physically go to a graduation, for those of us who are in state and who would still be able to make it. So
2021, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
So everything's put backwards. Wow.
Right. Well, the graduation was the least of my worries, because I figured that, they could possibly do a December graduation. Now, Micah is a little bit more challenged because they don't actually have their own facility. Like most of the colleges have their own auditoriums and things of that nature. So a December graduation isn't a big deal, where Micah has to find a place to book. And, everyone, once this is over, is going to be fighting for spaces. So
that's
right.
So we just got that notice. It'll be next spring.
Is there going to be additional time in the semester? Like, are they changing the semester end dates to accommodate this disruption?
No, we're still going to end at the same time. What we're looking for now is some type of accommodation reference to exhibitions, because part of the reason to go to Micah is the name and the foot traffic that we get for exhibitions. People come, people see, people buy. You get it's a big networking type of thing also that we were denied because of the virus. So it sounds like now someone is actually thinking about it, whereas before there was no mention. There was like, we really don't owe you this. And it's like, oh, yeah, you do. That's kind of one of the reasons why you come to a college with such a name and prestige. There are other things that go with that.
Yeah, to show at the graduate show. That's a big event to have in your portfolio, on your resume. Yeah, a lot of people come to that.
Exactly. And it's not like it happens every once in a while that someone's whole collection gets bought out, or they see them and now they're showing in New York. That happens all the time, every year.
Yeah, every year somebody gets picked up out of that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
So every year. So it's not every once in a while, every year.
So
every year.
that is a big wow, that is big. So that's canceled also.
That's canceled. They're looking at it that maybe they're trying to right now we got the email that they're going to try to reschedule that and revamp that sometime in the school year coming up. But, we get so many emails and they change from day to day. So what it says today was not what it'll say 2 days from now. So at least we heard something, because we were just like, they just kind of left us in the cold.
Everything is so fluid right now.
Mm-hmm.
This event has changed everything that we think we can do or we want to do. So everything is in flux. So tell the people who are not familiar with Baltimore, MICA. What is MICA? MICA, what does that stand for?
The Maryland Institute of Art. So basically, MICA is a visual arts school, and they are one of the top 10 schools in the United States. Actually, I think they're somewhere between 5 and 7 out of that 10. So it's a big deal. So you may have seen the buildings when you're coming down North Avenue, but some people still don't know what that is. They just see the colorful building and they keep on going. But all of that is MICA.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's housed in Baltimore City.
Correct. Yep. It's been here for a long time.
And so this will be a master's or
correct. A master's.
A master's. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow. So that's exciting, but this process is.
Yeah, and the folks were excited. I wanted them to come up and see my studio and, different things. And they wanted to come up see the show. Actually, if everything had stayed on schedule, they would have been up here once a month. My people are in North Carolina, so it's close enough for them to come back up. So they would have been up this month, and they would have been up in March, and they would have come back in April, and then come back in May. So they would have been on 95 quite a bit.
Wow. So how is your family faring in this? Because I have family, my mother is in South Carolina, so it's kind of hard when you can't be near your family. So how are you feeling with that?
Everyone is well, and everyone is in good health. All my people are retired now, so they're home. And I've talked to all of them, I think, actually this week. So everyone sounds well and in good spirits. So we're pretty good so far. So they're in Durham. They're in North Carolina, so they're pretty good.
That's where my folks are at.
Durham.
Yeah.
Not Durham, but North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. When this ends, because what goes up must come down, so this will end at some point.
It will.
So when it does end, what will you be doing? What's the first thing that you want to tackle and get out there and do at this point?
Next year, I want to remount the show, so actually put it up and have that done. And then I'm in the process now of filling out for residencies and things of that nature, because I am a performance artist. That's my first love. I have a lot of experience in that, but I also like the visual art aspect, and I definitely want to follow that much further. Yeah, with the visual artist aspect of that.
Okay. And the name of your show, because you said you want to revamp the show. What is the show?
The show is called Who Am I? And it talks about the racial discourse that we have here in America. It's a lesson, sometimes painful, but it teaches its viewers. So I'm not going to say us. It teaches all viewers, because it's a show for all colors, races, and creeds. It talks about the history. It talks about some of the mindset that has been so systematically built into our culture that a lot of times we don't even realize it. And then it also talks about ways that we as people can change and become more of a beloved community and become connected, so everyone has equity and equality.
Sounds like something we need.
Yeah, we do.
We definitely need that when we're done with this. A rebuild. This is a reset.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely a reset. So we're at the part of the interview where we do a last will and testament, and we leave something special for the listeners, a jewel. You can leave it. You might have an exceptional talent, that you might want to leave with the folks, but something that you want to leave with the folks to inspire them?
I want to say just stay strong. That's all you can do is stay strong, even though it feels like you're in a storm. This too shall pass. Thank you.
Awesome. That is awesome. This too shall pass. Awesome. G?
Thanks so much, Laura, for taking some time with us today. And I'm definitely personally looking forward to working with you further in the future.
Yeah.
And because we were collaborating on this project, and for those who don't know, so I was excited about seeing it go up. I got a chance to see the rehearsals, and it's a really powerful piece. So I'm excited about seeing that come to life, and I'm confident that it will. And for all the listeners, if you've enjoyed hearing this voice among the voices of the Rona Report, you can find more at blackboxradio.com. That's BlackBoxRadio.com. You can also find us at Black Box Radio on Instagram and Facebook.
So, Miss Laura, I look forward to this play, Who Am I?
Me too.
I hope the box is invited. We would love to see that. And
most definitely. We might be doing it on Zoom or something in the near future, because we were supposed to do it. Most of my cast is now home. That way we can, a lot of the theaters are doing basically a staged reading on Zoom or, vehicles like that. So I think we're going to probably end up doing that. I just sent an email out to my cast this week, so I'm starting to hear back from them. So I think that that's a possibility, and we'll definitely let you know so you can join in.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. And we want to see you when you resurrect it. So
definitely,
to see it live would be amazing. And as G said, we really appreciate your appearance and talking to us and what's going on with you right now during COVID-19 pandemic 2020.
2020 is something, I tell
we
you.
appreciate your voice on the Rona Report.
Oh, thank you for having me. I enjoyed myself.
You are welcome. This is Black Box Radio, Rona Report. It is 4/3/20. Laura, Sligh, Black Box Radio, we're out. Peace.